Thank you so much for being here. This is the teacher's roadmap to start your dream micro school or homeschooling business. Go ahead and let us know where you are watching from inside of the chat. And I am so excited to be with you guys here tonight. Thank you for taking some time out of your Monday at the start of your week to be here. I'm so excited to get to know more about your dreams and what you would like to start, what kind of business you would like to start, all those things. I'm so excited for that. So let us know where you're watching from in the chat, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, we have Carol here from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Angelique, I hope I'm saying your name right. I apologize if I'm not. She's here from Lancaster, Pennsylvania area. Awesome. Oh, good, Angelique. All right, I got it. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can get started here. All right. Here we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so welcome again to the Teacher's Roadmap to start your dream micro school or homeschooling business. So just in case you are new here, I am Desiree, and I'm a wife, a homeschool mama, micro school builder, and I'm the founder of the Dream Teacher Business Community. When I decided to start a micro school back in February of 2023, I had no clue where to start. But even though I didn't have a clear roadmap to start my micro school, I still believed it was possible. And now I get to live life on my terms and do school the way I've always been dreaming about for years. I'm also the host of the All Things Are Possible Teacher podcast. I don't know if you've been listening in to the show. Every Tuesday, a new episode drops. So tomorrow, I'm going to be dropping a new episode. And I'm also a certified CEO teacher coach with Casey Morris. I love helping teachers and parents start a low stress micro school or homeschooling business that lights them up, transforms the traditional way of doing school, and gives them the freedom and flexibility they want. You are in the right place if you've been Googling things like how to start a micro school or how to start a homeschooling business at midnight and wondering if it's even possible. Spoiler alert, it is. Okay. And we have a stay to the end bonus for you. We wanted to thank you for being here and taking some time to spend with us tonight. So you'll get the Dream Builders Awareness List. It's 40 free low pressure ways to spread the word. You can start attracting interest right away for your program or tutoring business or resource business. And with this awareness list, you can start making moves, sparking conversations, and drawing the right families or customers in right now. So I'm excited to share this with you when you stay to the end of this webinar. So what are your big dreams? What type of teacher business do you want to start? Please let us know that in the chat. Maybe it's a micro school. You can type in micro school, or a tutoring business, selling resources or curriculum. Maybe it's a homeschool hybrid or a parent coaching business. Let us know which type of teacher business you want to start, or maybe you have started it already and you're getting ready to launch. What type of teacher business is that? We would love to get to know you a little bit. All right. Now, in this webinar, I'm going to share with you, I'm sorry. In this webinar, I'm going to share with you the 7-step roadmap to start and launch your micro school or homeschooling business. So you can go from, I don't know where to begin, to launching your dream program or resources, okay? So here inside of this webinar, you will get inspired. That's my goal, is I want you to get inspired and see the amazing possibilities you have when you step out in faith and start your dream teacher business. You'll also receive a special invitation to join an amazing community of teachers to use my proven system to get to where you want to go much faster. You will be on your way to making a bigger impact and more income to live life with more freedom and flexibility. And I love saying this all the time: your life, your terms, your way. That's what we're all about here in our community. Okay, I see Kira here. She is building a online and in-person tutoring business. She already has some students, but she wants to grow it. Awesome. Let's see. Angelique says, I already have students. They come 4 days a week. So I guess a hybrid homeschool program. Yeah, that's cool. A homeschool hybrid. Yep. Because they're not coming to you every single day. So sure, that's a great name for it. All right, awesome. I'm glad you both are already have started and now you're looking to grow it. That's fantastic. Okay, so you have already kind of shared where you are in this journey, but I see some other people popping on in here. So let me know, which one are you? Are you a one, a two, a three, or a four? So a one is you're at the very beginning stages. You have lots of ideas rolling around your head, but you haven't really begun planning anything yet. Or maybe you're number two. You started planning, but you just haven't launched it yet. Or number three, you're almost ready to launch, like you're almost there to open those doors. Or maybe you're a number four, you've already launched and you want to start adding another revenue stream to your business. That's what we have done over the years. When we started with a tutoring business and we have added new revenue streams throughout the years. Our business has evolved over time to where now we sell teaching resources. We also have the micro school and the homeschool hybrid, and then now a coaching business as well. So that's definitely the way to go. Okay, so we see here we have some twos. We have also a four where you've already launched and you want to add another revenue stream. I would love to hear what new revenue stream, Angelique, you would like to add to your business as well. Welcome, Karen. Thank you for being here. Okay, awesome. So I would love to share a little bit about my story and my journey in building this business. So why did I even start this micro school? So if you would have asked me when I first started teaching, would I be building my own school one day? I would have laughed at you. Okay. But my husband and I, we were told by doctors that we would probably never have children. In fact, my husband almost lost us both during delivery. And there's my beautiful, handsome son there. Of course, he's older now. He's 7 years old, but he is our miracle baby. He was born 8 weeks early with special learning needs. He received special education and speech and language services since he turned two through the state and school district. He actually didn't say his first word until he was 3.5 years old. And then in the fall of 2023, our son would only continue to receive services through the school district if he goes to a public school. So we knew that he would be just fine in public school. But the more we thought about it, the more we wondered, should we settle for fine? Are we okay with him missing out of learning in a Christian environment? Or what about learning true history about his culture? Are we okay with the excessive homework and standardized testing that start in early elementary school? What about the large class sizes, bullying, safety concerns, and the list went on and on. Okay, I know you know what I'm talking about. So that's when Kingdom Seed Christian Academy was born. We dreamed big and said, hey, let's start our own thing. So we had started it in our home on August 2nd of 2023. And that's a picture of our family room there that we turned into our micro school. There's also a half bath right off of there. And there was an office area. So we turned that office into kind of like a relaxed room, library kind of area for them. So this is where it all began for us. So I would love to hear what your big why is in the comments. Why do you want to start your teacher business, or why do you want to continue to grow it? Okay, because I know some of you guys have already started, but we love to hear what your big why is. What is your motivation for doing this? What keeps you getting up every morning, keeps you building this thing even when it gets tough? Because man, does it get tough when you're building a business. But what is your big why? Because that's what's going to keep you going every single day. So I would love to hear what your why is in the comments. Okay, I see Carol says freedom to actually teach. Wow, yes, that is what she wants to have, is freedom to actually teach the way that she wants to teach. Also, here is my micro school journey. So like I said, we started in our family room in year one, and then also in year one, a lot of big things happened, a lot of fun, memorable moments that we'll never forget. So our micro school was featured in the New York Times in year one, and it was an amazing experience. When the photographer came The kids were just so excited. They just could not believe that they were going to be featured in this newspaper. And so all the parents, everybody was excited. We all got interviewed, tons of pictures were taken. And when that article came out, I mean, everyone was just so proud to be a part of our community. It was great. And then also in year one, we received the $10,000 Vela Education micro grant, and that just changed everything for us. It was no more of where are we going to have the money to get this, where are we going to have the money to get new computers, to furniture, to materials, to supplies, going on field trips, all those things that at first I was thinking, where are we going to get the money for this? But wow, in that first year, we were blessed with that grant. And then we actually transitioned from our home in year two. It was around March time, and we were able to partner with a community center, and that's a little picture of the room, what it looked like. And it was just nice to have more space and all these different experiences that we could not have in our home. So let me show you what the community center looked like you can see here, we had a soccer court there, a bigger playground right here in the back. We had a nice gymnasium. The kids loved that. I think that was probably their favorite spot of the whole place. And then we had an art room that we could do, all of our fun creative art projects and things. We had a kitchen for our cooking classes and our nutrition class. Here's a little bit more of the pictures of the actual main classroom space that we had. And then we had a multi-purpose area, and then right off of that was a game room, and the kids just loved that. So in this multi-purpose area, that's where we had like our graduation ceremony. We had our Mother's Day tea there. We had our business fair, all those things. That's kind of how we use that space. Also, the kids ate lunch there, things like that. So this is kind of where we ended our year. And it was just a great experience for everybody. Okay, let me go back to the chat because I see some whys coming in. So Karen says, my grandkids, my values, kids to enjoy learning. Carol says to be able to teach according to students' needs and learning styles. One size does not fit all. Yes, I agree. Angelique says, we graduated our youngest child from our homeschool, and I did not want to return to the classroom. I want to give more children the opportunity to learn in a stress-free environment. Yes, I love that. All right. Now, here's a little bit about our revenue journey, because I do get this a lot is, can I actually make money when I start my own program? Okay. And so I want to share with you, our year one, where we ended up. So I decided in February of 2023 that that's when we were going to start our micro school. Let's go all in and do this. I began planning a month later in March. And then a month after that, April 23rd, I remember it to this day because that's when we enrolled our first 3 founding students on that day. And then by August 1st, we enrolled 7 founding students. And that was my goal, is that I wanted to get at least 7 students my first year. And then our total revenue was about almost $9,000 by the end of that first year. Now in year two, we started the year with our first month revenue about $3,500 a month. And then by November, we got up to $15,178. And then by the end of the year, we were making $30,000, almost $31,000. So that is our growth from year one to year two, and it's just amazing. And so yes, you definitely can make money, starting your own school or own program. Now, some of you on the call are doing a tutoring business. Okay. And so what's awesome about that, I want to share my journey that way as well, is here is our first tutoring office that we had when I used to live in Wisconsin. It was a 2-room office. I tutored kind of right back up in here. And then right here was where everyone, kind of like our welcome area where parents could sit and drop off. And there's my wonderful mama. It was me and my mama when we first started our family business. And there she is at the tutoring office wearing her little Task to Success jacket. And she would always welcome all of the families in. She was the first person that they saw with that smiling face. She was my customer service manager. That's what I called her. And then here is Brooke. She was my very first student I ever had in my business. And she started with me in 4th grade. and she stayed with me all the way through high school, even though she didn't need to stay with me. I mean, she was getting straight A's, but she just loved meeting with me and connecting with me. And I did help her with some of her, subjects like math and things like that. But it was just more of a relationship building experience. And I'm just so excited. So I have that picture framed. So I always remember who my first student was. And it just has grown from there. Now, over here is my parents here, my mom and my dad. Like I said, this is a family business that we run together. I could not do this without my family every step of the way. But if you see there on the board, it says task interviews are finished. Yay. So we were just celebrating that day because we got to a point where I just could not take any more students. I'm like, I had so many already and I just didn't want to stress myself out. I was like, and in order for us to grow, we've got to get more tutors on staff. And so we eventually had 13 amazing tutors on our task tutoring team. You can see them right here. We're all wearing our Task to Success, t-shirts there with our logo on them. But it is just amazing to see where we started and then where we ended up. It's just so cool. So that's a little bit of my journey as well. And I'm just so excited about the freedom I now have by building my own micro school and homeschool hybrid. I get to homeschool my son. I can go on field trips. I can build the dream school I've always wanted. I create my own schedule and teach how I want and what I want. I don't have to request days off. I can just take them. I can go on vacation whenever. I don't have to wait for a Thanksgiving break or a Christmas break or a spring break. And Zumba, oh my goodness, is my most favorite exercise kind of workout to do. And so there's a Zumba class at my gym, but it's always at 10 a.m. And if I was teaching in traditional school, I would never be able to go to that. But that's not the case. That's not my story now. So now I can go to Zumba whenever I want and I love doing DIY projects and home renovations. We actually have one going on right now where we're turning our carport into a garage and then we're adding a big deck off of that and redoing our master bathroom and closet. It's just so fun. I love doing those types of projects. And so I'm so glad that I have this freedom that I've been dreaming about for years. So, what does freedom look like for you? Let us know that in the chat. It may be something similar to mine, or it could be something, totally different. But what would freedom and flexibility look like in your life, for your family, for you, for the kids that you teach, or the program that you are wanting to build? What does freedom look like to you? I would love to hear that in the chat as well. Okay. Now, I know some people just came in, so I just want to remind you guys of the State of the End bonus. You'll get the Dream Builders Awareness List. It's 40 free low pressure ways to spread the word. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. All right, are you guys ready for the 7 steps to start your dream micro school or homeschooling business? Put a yes in the chat so I know you are ready to go. I hope you have some paper to where you can take some notes as well with these steps. And of course, you're going to get the replay, so you'll be able to come back and watch it again and stop and really take in everything. But I'm really excited to get into the 7 steps. Oh, I see some dreams. I see some freedom. So Vanessa said freedom to her would be mental health days. Yes. Carol's freedom would be vacations and field trips. I love all that. And I'm seeing a lot of yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Okay, good. Here we go. Here is your 7-step roadmap. I want to show you it all at once, okay? So you can kind of get an overview of it, but then I'm going to go step by step in more detail with each one, okay? So step number 1 on your roadmap is your vision plan. This is where you're going to set a strong foundation for your teacher business by mapping out a clear vision. Then step number 2 is your location plan. You're going to find the right location to start your micro school or homeschooling business. Then number 3 is a legal plan. You'll navigate the legal requirements so you can start your business on solid ground. Then number 4 is a design plan. You'll create a unique teacher business that stands out from the crowd, whether that's in person or online. Then step number 5 is an offer plan. You'll create offers and confidently set your prices without fear to increase enrollment and make more income. And then number 6 is an enrollment plan. You're going to find and enroll your first or next students with ease and confidence. And then lastly, the seventh step is a funding plan. You'll find grants and scholarships and donations or multiple revenue streams to fund your business. So that is an overview of the 7-step roadmap. All right, now starting your own micro school or homeschooling business, it can feel like one giant leap. But here is the truth. Every big dream is built on one small destination step at a time. I want you to think of each step in this roadmap as a mini destination on your journey, like mile markers on the road to launching your dream program. These are the focused, doable wins that move you forward. And yes, I want you to celebrate each one of those because every destination step you take is one step closer to freedom, purpose, and building something that truly matters. So, as I go through this 7-step roadmap, you're going to hear me say, here are your destination steps. And that's why I call them that. Okay. All right, so let's get on to step number 1, which is your vision plan. So I want you to think of your vision plan as the blueprint for your dream micro school or homeschooling business. It's where you lay out your big picture ideas, what you want your school or program to look like, who you want to serve, and the impact you want to make. It's not just about logistics, it's about capturing your passion and turning it into a concrete plan. This is going to be the heartbeat of your entire journey. So here are your destination steps for your vision plan. Number 1 is you'll create a vision board with all your big dreams without any boundaries or limitations. And you're going to put that board up somewhere where you can see it on a daily basis so that you can be reminded of what your big dreams are, what you're trying to accomplish, because that's going to be your biggest motivation. Then you'll want to shape your ideas into a vision and mission statement. You'll choose core values and a business name that aligns with your passion and purpose. Next, you'll visualize your dream learning space that lights you up and something that your students are going to love. And then lastly, you'll decide on income and enrollment goals and the kind of legacy and impact you want to make. When you have a clear vision plan, you're creating something meaningful, something that will stand the test of time with clarity, direction, and confidence. So here's some things that you could put on your dream board. You could put your personal why, the learning experience you want to create, the impact you want to make, your ideal work life, the feel of your program or your business. What brings you joy? Traveling, what vacations you want to go on? What does your dream life actually look like? Those are some things that you can put on your dream board and then put that up somewhere where you can see it. So, what is one thing that would be on your dream board? Let us know that in the chat. One of the things that's in on my dream board is to live on the same property as my parents. My family and I, we are a very close-knit family. I know Carol's here. She's part of our community. She knows how close-knit our family is. And it has been a dream of mine to be able to live on the same property. And that dream has come true. My family, they live in an in-law suite that we have downstairs and they love it. It's just so nice to be able to just go right downstairs or be outside and they'll open the door and we can just chit chat and just have so many fun memories together. That has been a dream of mine forever. And that's something that has been on my dream board. So I would love to hear what is one thing that would be on your dream board. All right, step number 2 is your location plan. So, do you use your home? Do you rent a space, buy a property? What's legal? What's affordable? Okay, these are some big questions, and not having clear answers can make you feel like you're spinning your wheels. So, without a vision plan, you're going to be constantly putting out fires. You might rent a space only to find out it doesn't meet zoning requirements. Or you might realize too late that your budget won't cover necessary upgrades. This can lead to stress and wasted time and a lot of second guessing. So, here are some different types of locations that you might want to consider for your business. Maybe it's home base, so that could be a garage or a basement, or a dining room, or a family room, or a bedroom. Or maybe it's a shared space like a church or a co op or a community center. Or maybe you want to rent or lease your own space where you're not sharing it with anybody. Or maybe you want to do something online and have a virtual office or a teaching corner. But your space can grow as your vision grows. Just, I want you to start with what you have, and you can always build on from there. All right, so Carol says on her dream board is to buy a home instead of renting, pay off her car, go on a vacation in different spots. Yes, yes, yes. I love all of those on your dream board. I want to see that dream board, Carol. I cannot wait. That's awesome. Okay, now here are your destination steps for your location plan. Number one is you want to choose the right location that matches your vision and fits in your budget. Then check out local licensing and permits, zoning laws, HOA rules. Now, that's more for if you want to do home base, insurance, and liability coverage. You want to make sure that you're starting on solid ground with whatever location you pick. Then design your dream learning space. Furniture, equipment, materials, layout, decor, safety, and utility needs. And then reflect on long-term growth potential. Like, how do you see this space growing with you over several years? Or is it something that, hey, I'm just going to do this to get started, and then I know I'm going to be looking for something else in the future? And then also community integration. How does your location fit within your community, and how can you serve your community better or more because of this location? So that's what I mean by community integration. When you have a location plan, you'll know how much you can spend, you'll have a space that fits your vision, and you'll be confident knowing everything is in place from a legal and logistical standpoint. All right, we have another person here says her dream is to have her own community of workers serving the community with honor. Yes, I love that. All right. So, what would be your dream location? Let us know that in the chat. Maybe it's, like I said, a home base, starting at home or in your basement or in a family room, or maybe it's out in the community somewhere. We would love to hear what your dream location would be, whether that be where you're going to start out, or you can also share like what would be in the future, like your dream space. Like for us, we started out in our home, of course, but I would love to buy my own property somewhere with lots of acreage and be able to have our micro school there in the future. Maybe even buy like a lake or something like that with some water. I would love that to happen sometime in the future. Okay, so Carol says she wants to start in a home. Awesome. Vanessa, she's starting in her home as well. That's great. Um, would love a building in the community to keep serving around here. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing your dream location. All right, let's move on to step 3, which is your legal plan. Now, I know the word legal can sound a little intimidating and not fun and maybe a little overwhelming, but I promise we're going to break it down in a way that's simple, straightforward, and even a little bit empowering. Yep, I said it. Okay. And the reason why I said empowering is because when you're starting a micro school, there's a lot of freedom. You get to create the school of your dreams where kids learn at their own pace, follow their own passions, and grow in ways traditional school just doesn't allow. So here are your destination steps for your legal plan. And I want you to know that this is going to vary based on your education model. So some of these things you might not have to do. Also, it will vary depending on if you're doing an in-person program or online. So number one, you want to choose a business structure, like LLC, nonprofit, sole proprietorship, doing business as, that's what I mean by business structure. And then you want to register your business in your state. Then search for online trademarks, social media, and domains to make sure that you can legally use your business name. You'll check local licensing, permits, zoning laws, and HOA rules if needed. And then also get the insurance and liability coverage to protect your business. When you have a legal plan, you're covering all your bases, from how your school or program is set up as a business to making sure you're following state regulations and to having the right insurance to protect yourself. So these are your destination steps for a legal plan to get started. Now, step number 4 is a design plan. And with a design plan, you will have consistency. Every piece of marketing, every email, every flyer will have the same vibe, the same look and feel. Families will see your materials and think, wow, this is a real school with a real vision. I can picture my child here. And that consistency, it builds trust and credibility before they even meet you. So, of course, you could wing it. You can pick random colors or fonts for your website and slap together a logo and hope for the best. But it's going to feel disjointed and it'll be harder for people to connect with what you're building. So, here are your destination steps for your design plan. Number 1 is choose a logo, fonts, colors, and a tagline to make your business stand out. Then use eye-catching graphics, photos, and thumbnails to grab attention to your content and your offers. Then write a unique, relatable brand story that will resonate with your ideal customer. And then design a one-page website with clear messaging to attract the right people. You don't need a full-blown website with tons of tabs in your navigation to get started. In fact, when we enrolled our first 3 learners in our micro school in year 1, I didn't even have a website. I didn't even have social media even yet. And we were able to enroll students anyways. So when you have a design plan, your program has a clear identity. It's cohesive, it's polished and professional. It feels intentional. And that makes parents feel confident in choosing you over other education options. All right, moving on to step 5, your offer plan. Now it's time to decide what you're going to offer and how much you're going to charge. This step helps you get crystal clear on your programs, pricing, hours, and extras so families understand exactly what they're saying yes to. When you know your worth and confidently communicate your offer, enrollment becomes a whole lot easier. And you build a program that's sustainable for you and transformational for your students. So here are your destination steps for your offer plan. Number 1 is identify your ideal customer's challenges or pain points and then craft your offers around that. Then brainstorm products and services that you're passionate about, but that also solves their problem. Then create a free offer to build relationships with potential families or teachers before they commit. And then lastly, price and communicate your paid offers with confidence. When you have an offer plan, you will show the value and solve your ideal customer's biggest problems or challenges with your free and paid offers. All right, step number 6 is your enrollment plan. This step is all about finding the right families and filling your program with intention. It's not enough to build it and hope they will come. You need a plan to share your message, connect with interested families, and guide them through the enrollment process. So here are your destination steps for your enrollment plan. Number 1 is you're going to create the customer journey from the first time they find you until they enroll. Then number 2, you're going to plan out the full enrollment path that fits your education model. Next, create the necessary enrollment forms to enroll students with ease, and then smoothly welcome your new families or students into your program. When you have an enrollment plan, you have a simple, confident system for enrolling your first students. Your dream starts to take shape as real students walk through your doors and your community begins to grow. I love Carol. She says, with confidence. I love that. And that's what I'm working on. All right, Carol, you can do it. All right, you guys ready for the last step on our startup plan? It is the funding plan. This is where finances, I don't want that to be the thing that holds you back. But let's be real, launching a program, it takes resources. But here's the good news. You don't have to do it alone. In this step, you will explore many different ways to fund your business. So here are your destination steps for your funding plan. I want you to map out a smart financial plan to fund your and grow your business. Set clear income and enrollment goals and reflect on your numbers. Then create simple budgets to make sure you don't overspend. And then lastly, use practical strategies like grants, tuition models, founding tribe launch strategy, donations, scholarships, and fundraising to fund your dream. When you have a funding plan, you can get the support you need to launch strong and build a program that's not only impactful, but sustainable. All right, so let's review the 7-step roadmap one more time. So, step number 1 is your vision plan. Step 2, location plan. Step 3, legal plan. Step 4, design plan. Step 5, offer plan. Step 6, enrollment plan. And then step 7 is a funding plan. So now, what would this look like for you? Let's talk through some real life teacher examples so that you can start picturing what your path could look like. So let's say you're going from burnt out teacher, that was me, going from burnt out classroom teacher to microschool founder. So let's say you're a passionate elementary teacher who's tired of oversized classes, test prep, and rigid curriculum pacing. You could create a 3-day-a-week microschool with 8 to 10 students where you focus on interest-based project learning and earn full-time income while working part-time hours. Or maybe you are a reading specialist and you can turn that into a private literacy tutoring program. You spent you spent years helping students who struggle with reading. Now imagine offering one-on-one or small group tutoring from your home or a rented office, charging $50 to $100 an hour. And finally, being able to give each child the attention they deserve on your schedule. Or maybe you're a homeschool mom. That could turn into a parent coaching business. You've built systems and found the best curriculum that works for your kids. You could turn that experience into a homeschool parent coaching program that supports new homeschoolers through group coaching, one-on-one sessions, or downloadable guides. And then lastly, you are a creative teacher. I think we're all creative teachers. And we could turn that into being a resource seller, maybe. You've been creating incredible games and anchor charts and templates that your students love, and your teammates constantly are asking to borrow. What if you turn those into digital products and sold them on your own site or Teachers Pay Teachers? You can create products once and earn money over and over again. So starting a micro school or homeschooling business, it doesn't have to be so hard. I know it can be overwhelming at first, trying to figure out where do I start? How do I make this a reality? But with the right steps, the right tools, and the real support from someone who's done it before, it's so much more doable than you think. Imagine how it would feel to create a personalized learning space where students thrive because it's built around what actually works, not district mandates. Or to finally teach your way, incorporating creativity and flexibility, faith and joy into your lessons without asking for permission. Or to get paid your worth for the experience, gifts, and wisdom you bring to the table while creating a business that honors your values and supports your family. Imagine using that extra income to homeschool your kids on your terms without financial stress, to finally afford a private speech therapist or music lessons or STEM camp, or to stop saying maybe next year and start planning that family trip you've always dreamed of, or to leave work at 2 o'clock and spend slow afternoons with your babies instead of grading papers, or to care for your mama or support your spouse's dreams without asking a principal for permission. This isn't just about income. This is about freedom. And freedom lets you show up fully for your students, your family, and yourself. Yes, Carol says, getting paid your worth, get paid and not tipped. Awesome. I love that. So how do you actually make this happen? You've seen what's possible. You felt the tug in your heart. You started to picture your dream program, tutoring business, micro school, homeschooling business, whatever that is. Now, let me show you how to actually build it and bring it to life step by step with support and strategy. You are invited to join us for our Startup Learning Pod. This isn't just a course, this is a step by step, no fluff intensive that finally gives you the blueprint and support to launch your dream micro school or homeschooling business. This summer is your time to turn your teaching gifts into a dream teacher business. So, this is a place where you'll have a step by step path to start and launch your business, templates and tools to get templates and forms to get your school or program started, group coaching and collaborative meetups for ongoing support. You'll get all your questions answered so you don't get stuck and can keep moving forward towards your dream. And you'll be a part of an amazing community that you can share your ideas with and cheer each other on every step of the way. So here's what our Startup Learning Pod includes. It has lifetime access to the Startup Plan course with free future updates. And also it includes, this is a limited time bonus for just this enrollment period, an 8-week learning pod experience with live group coaching calls, Q&As, and collaborative planning meetups. It also includes a private Facebook community for support, encouragement, and celebrations. And then we'll have weekly challenges and prizes to keep you motivated and moving forward. Oh, I see someone says making sure to factor in sick days or wellness days. Yes. Also thinking about emergencies and have a plan. Maybe create a virtual backup plan with a community or network. I love it. I want you to meet Pearl. She's part of our Dream Teacher Business community and she's building a virtual tutoring business. She has been in awe at how much content, videos, workbooks, lives, prizes, templates, feedback that she has gotten inside of our challenges. They're detailed and she loves how they're giving her hope that she can move from free services to monetizing. She's a visual learner, so the workbooks have been very helpful in seeing on paper the possibilities. She is most proud of that she took that faith walk and joined inside of our community, and she is continuing to build that tutoring business. Now, let me share with you what's inside of each of the modules. So module 1 is the vision plan. This is where you're going to start with the big dream and then shape it into something real. You'll craft a vision and mission statement aligned with your purpose and calling. You'll create a dream board that reflects your life and learning space you truly want. You'll define your core values and pick a business name that feels like you. And then you'll set clear goals for your income, enrollment, and long-term impact. So by the end of this module, you'll have a powerful passion-filled vision and a direction that makes every next step easier to take. We would love to see you inside. You can go to DesireeMcGeeGreen.com/join to come and join us inside of our startup pod. Next module is 2, it's on location plan. This is where you're going to pick the right place and build a space that brings your vision to life. You'll choose a location that's aligned with your goals and fits your budget. You'll understand key legal and safety requirements like zoning, licensing, HOA rules, insurance, and liability. You'll plan out the layout, furniture, supplies, and setup that makes learning feel welcoming and purposeful. And you'll think ahead, you'll consider long-term growth, flexibility, and community connection. So by the end of this module, you'll feel confident knowing your dream space is not only beautiful, but also realistic, legal, and ready to support your mission. Now, module number 3 is the legal plan module. This is where you're going to set up your business the right way so you're protected and ready to grow. You'll choose your business structure and register it with your state. You'll make sure that your name is legally yours by checking trademarks, domains, and social handles. You'll understand zoning laws and HOA rules and permits and licensing to apply to your program. You'll get insurance and liability coverage that you'll need to protect your dream. So by the end of this module, you'll go from feeling unsure about the legal stuff to having your business set up on solid ground with clarity and confidence. Module number 4 is the design plan. You're going to design a brand and online presence that truly reflects your mission and attracts the right families with ease. This is where you're going to design your logo, your tagline, choose your fonts, your color palette that reflects your vision. You'll create a brand story. We're going to show you step by step how to create that connects with families on a heart level. You'll use eye-catching graphics, photos, and thumbnails to make your content and offers stand out. And we'll show you how to design a simple one-page website with clear messaging that gets the right people excited to learn more. So by the end of this module, you'll go from blending in to building a brand and website that turns heads and feels true to who you are. Module number 5 is the offer plan module. This is where you're going to create offers that speak directly to your people. They will see your program as the solution that they've been searching for. So you're going to identify the real struggles and desires of your ideal customer. You'll brainstorm aligned products and services that you're excited to offer. We'll show you different types of freebies or free offers that will build trust and draw in the right people. And we're going to show you how to price and position your paid offers with confidence and clarity. So by the end of this module, you'll go from guessing what to offer to confidently sharing services that meet real needs and spark real interest. Moving on to module 6 is the enrollment plan. This is where you're going to build an intentional, stress-free path that guides families from curious to committed. So enrolling your first or next students feels exciting and not overwhelming. So we're going to show you how to map out the full journey from first contact, when they first find you, to enrollment. We'll show you how to create a clear, aligned enrollment path for your specific model. You'll customize essential enrollment forms. We're actually going to even give you enrollment forms so you can just create and customize them yourself to save you time and build trust. And then we'll show you how to confidently welcome new families with a smooth professional process. So by the end of this module, you'll go from wondering how to find students to enrolling them with clarity, confidence, and joy. And then our last module is the funding plan module. This is where you're going to take control of the money side of your dream with a financial plan that feels doable and aligned with your values. So you can grow with confidence and not stress. So here's where you're going to set realistic income and enrollment goals that match your needs. We'll show you how to create simple, flexible budgets to guide your spending decisions. You'll explore sustainable funding options, grants, tuition models, fundraising, and more. And we'll show you step by step how to do the Founding Tribe launch strategy to generate income from day one. So by the end of this module, you'll go from how can I afford this to here's how I'm going to make it happen. I want you to meet Rashawn. She is building a micro school and she was able to fully fund her program. She is so excited that she has a strategic plan and she's ready to implement it for her fully funded program. And she appreciates us and my family, and this is the right group for her. So we're so excited for Rashawn and being able to get her program funded. I also want you to meet Charlene. She's building an online micro school, and she really enjoys how organized and simplistic the lessons are inside of the course. The action steps are perfect for those who are overthinking the process sometimes, and the lessons help reduce the overwhelm in taking action. So we're so excited for Charlene as well as she's building her online micro school. Now, also inside of the Startup Plan course, there are over 50 downloadable resources that you have as well. Of course, I couldn't get them all on the screen, but here's just a few. There's a state-by-state legal resource checklist. You can use that to help guide what legal requirements you need to check out in your state. Now, of course, each state is going to have different requirements, but we came up with a checklist or questions or things to make sure you ask or find out to kind of lead you in the right direction as you're navigating the legal requirements. There's also pricing tools to help you price your products and programs with confidence. There's a 30-day funding action plan so that you can get on the road to getting those funding even faster. There's marketing plan flyers in there to help spread the word about your program. And then there's also financial budgeting tools as well. So you can help create those budgets and keeping track of your finances as well. Now, got something really exciting for the first 10 teachers who enroll. You can join us for an exclusive Ignite Your Dream Kickoff live call with me. You'll get inspired, you'll map out your next steps, and leave fired up to build the teacher business you've been dreaming about. This isn't just a dream call or a Zoom call, it's a vision-fueled, purpose-packed party you don't want to miss. So you can go to DesireeMcGeeGreen.com/join and be one of the first 10 to enroll and come join me for our Ignite Your Dream Kickstart live call. And we have a huge limited time bonus going on right now for just this enrollment period. We are giving the 8-week Learning Pod experience absolutely for free. When you enroll by July 1st at midnight, you'll get access to the 8-week Learning Pod for free. This Learning Pod is only available during this special enrollment period, and then after the deadline, the course will no longer include the live support unless you upgrade. So head on over to DesireeMcGeeGreen.com/join so that you'll be a part and get that limited time offer of the 8-week Learning Pod for free. Now, Carol, she's here on the call. I'm so proud of her. She is building a tutoring business, and here's why I love what she says about our community and our coaching calls that we have together. She said, tonight's collaborative coaching call challenged me to think bigger. The session was like a study group session where the participants were free to share ideas, present some materials we're working on, receive feedback, be transparent about what we did and did not know about technology. And finally, the patience and expertise that Desiree displays is second to none. I was having such a great time. I even asked Desiree if I could move in with her. I wish I had met her years ago when I had begun to feel the burnout. Not being valued as a veteran teacher, 42 years. Congratulations, Carol, on that. And was going through the constant cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. And we are so proud of you, Carol, for all the action you are taking every single day to grow your amazing tutoring business. We know big things are coming your way, and we cannot wait to see what unfolds in your journey. We have some awesome bonuses that we're giving away in this enrollment period as well. Obviously, the first one was the 8-week Learning Pod. That's the big one. But bonus number 2 is the enrollment forms bundle. These are editable forms that you can edit in Canva to enroll new students with ease. Also, bonus number 3 is the growing grant spreadsheet. So inside of this grant spreadsheet, every month we're adding new grant opportunities and other funding opportunities, and you can go into that spreadsheet anytime and apply for grants, okay? Then bonus number 4 is our launch readiness checklist. This is a guide that will help you determine when you're ready to launch. Then bonus number 5 is lifetime access to the Startup Plan course plus free updates. So anytime in the future when I add more videos or I update videos or I add more resources into the course, you won't have to pay anything. You get lifetime access and free updates. And then bonus number 6 is you'll have access to our private Facebook group to get all your questions answered. So here is the program value. Our 7-module startup plan course with lifetime access and free future updates is valued at $497. The 8-week Learning Pod experience with group coaching, Q&A, collaborative meetups, and community group is valued at $497. The enrollment forms bundle is $97. The growing grant spreadsheet that's updated monthly is $97. And then the launch readiness guide is valued at $17. So the total program value is $1,205. So here's your investment into your dream and future. You can save $200 only until July 1st at midnight. So you can either choose the one payment of $297, or we have 3 payment options. So 3 payments of $107 or 6 payments of $57. So you can go to DesireeMcGeeGreen.com/join and come join us inside of our Startup Learning Pod. We are so excited to continue to support you every step of the way. This is your moment. We would love for you to join us today. Enrollment ends Tuesday, June 1st. That's tomorrow at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And we want you to know that your dream matters. Your gifts matter. I don't want you to wait another school year wondering what if. The time to build your dream program is now, and you don't have to do it alone. You can join us inside of the Startup Learning Pod and take that first bold step. So come and join us. You can go to DesireeMcGeeGreen.com/join. Now, as promised, for staying to the end of this webinar, we have that Dream Builders awareness list. It's 40 free low pressure ways to spread the word, and it's broken down by model. So there's 10 ways for microschool, 10 ways for homeschool or parent coaching, 10 ways for tutoring business, and 10 ways for resource business. So a total of 40 ways. We'll send that to you in email. I'll also send you this webinar replay as well to your inbox tonight, so you can watch it again. You can start and stop it and get those steps down, okay? And the replay will be available until tomorrow, Tuesday, July 1st, again, until midnight. And then also I'll send you that State of the End bonus. All right, I would love to answer any questions that you have about what you learned tonight, any of the 7-step roadmap, if you have any questions about that, or if you have questions about our Startup Learning Pod, I would love to answer those right now as well. And I know I have my husband here. He's in the chat too. He's the one that's been talking to you guys. I'm just going to check and see if there's any questions in our Google Doc here that I can answer, but also you can drop any questions down in the comments as well. Let's see here. Okay, I see a question. How do you supplement first year? Let me see. I wonder who asked that question. If you ask that question, can you type in the chat a little bit more about what more clarity on that question? How do you supplement first year? Are you talking about how do you supplement your income the first year, or just like give me a little bit more clarity on that question so I make sure I'm understanding? Because the question, it looks like it says, how do you supplement first year? Okay. And I'm not sure who asked the question. I don't have a name here. I'm trying to go back up through the chat to see who asked that question. But I know we've been chatting it up. This chat's been on fire, so that question's probably way up there. But if that was you, please let us know in the chat what more you need. Oh, Vanessa. Okay, it looks like my husband is saying Vanessa asked the question. So Vanessa, are you still here? Go ahead and type in the chat. What do you mean by how did you supplement the first year? And I would be happy to answer that for you. While we're waiting for her to clarify that, if there's any other questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Okay, Carol says, did you say the pod is free if we sign in by midnight of July 1st, the 8-week pod? Yes. Yes, Carol, that's what I said. So when you enroll by July 1st, the pod is free. Yes, you will not have to pay for the pod. It will just be included in the $297. So instead of paying $497 for the pod to be added, you only are paying $297. Now, Carol, the other thing I want to say to you is because you are also part of our Dream Teacher Business membership, I want you to go back to your email, because I sent you an email. I sent you an email a few days ago to let you know, because all of our members, we have a special promotion for our members. And so I want you to go back to your email, Carol, and read that, because you're going to love it. Okay. But yes, you are correct. If you join by July 1st, by midnight, you will not be paying for the pod. It's absolutely free. Okay. Great question. All right. Awesome. And Carol, if you have any questions after you read that email about it, just send me a reply back, or you can send me a DM on Facebook and I can answer your question. Okay. I would love to see you inside though, Carol. Okay, let me see. Doesn't look like, I wonder if maybe Vanessa is not here anymore with her question. Well, Vanessa, if you come back and watch the replay of it, your question was, how do you supplement the first year? Just send me an email, Vanessa, okay? Or send me a DM on Facebook or Instagram and just give me a little bit more clarity around that. And I'll be happy to answer your question, okay? Okay, here's a question. Oh, hi, Alice. I was wondering because it just says Zoom user, so I didn't know your name. Thank you for telling me your name, Alice. I'm wondering if your program helps with curriculum. Okay, so Alice, tell me a little bit about what type of help you would like with curriculum. Like, is it help in choosing the right curriculum? Is it getting curriculum ideas, like what types of curriculum will work best? Um, give Let me know what you mean by help with your curriculum, and then I think I can answer that question. Um, oh, welcome, Laveda. I hope I'm so sorry if I didn't pronounce your name right. Um, Okay, so helping and choosing curriculum, yes, absolutely. So inside of the learning pod, so when you go to module, it will be the offer plan module. So when you get to the offer plan module inside of our learning pod, that's part of crafting your offer. It's not just, the classes. I mean, of course, it's choosing the classes, choosing your schedule and all that, but it's also choosing your curriculum because that's also part of how you're going to communicate your offer. So yes, we definitely will help you with choosing curriculum inside of that module and inside of the learning pod. Okay, thank you for asking that question. Any other questions about either what we learned today with the 7-step roadmap or about the startup learning pod? And just a reminder, the Startup Learning Pod, the doors are closing tomorrow, July 1st at midnight. And when you get in there before that, you get the 8-week learning pod. That's the group coaching, the Q&A, and the collaborative planning meetups. You get that absolutely free. You're saving $200 when you enroll by July 1st before midnight. And then, of course, all the other bonuses as well. So head on over to DesireeMcGeeGreen.com/join. Those of you who just came in, I'm going to be sending out the replay when we get off the call. You'll be emailed the replay and you'll be emailed the Stay to the End bonus, which was the Dream Builders Awareness List. That's just our thank you for spending time with us today. So you'll be seeing an email with that. Okay, so Karen says, I'm really interested in the zoning part of the startup and licensing. I seem to be stuck there. How can the startup learning pod help? I feel stuck and really need that help. Okay, yes, absolutely. So the zoning part and licensing, of course, it's going to vary depending on your location. But inside of the learning pod, how we can help with that is that's what those collaborative meetups and those coaching calls are for. You can bring your location, all the details of it. We can show you, where to go, what to research, what questions to ask, who to talk to. Those are all the things that we can talk through those coaching calls and those collaborative meetups so that you can get unstuck with where to go with licensing and zoning. Okay. Um, Great question. Okay, let me see. Any other questions? Um, you're welcome, Karen. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Okay. I'm looking at my Google Doc. I'm not seeing any more yet. Any more in the chat? Let me just double check one more time here. All right, Carol. Oh, thank you so much, Carol, for being here. Like I said, Carol's been a part of our community for, oh my goodness, Carol. Do you even know how long you've been part of our community? We just appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you. You are just doing such amazing work and you're never giving up and you're moving forward and taking action every single day. And we really appreciate that. So I'm so glad you're here. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't think there's any more questions. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my share here. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a question. Will your email have where to join the pod? And can we email and ask questions? Yep, absolutely. So when we send out the email with the replay and with the State of the End bonus, there will be a link in that email to join the Startup Learning Pod. And you definitely can email me any questions that you have about the Startup Learning Pod. We're here to help. Absolutely. Okay. All right. And Mike, I don't know if you're still there. You could drop my email in the chat too for anybody else that needs my email. That would be great. And then thank you, Carol. We appreciate you as well. And let's see. Wait, one more question here. Can you purchase portions of the courses or is it all or nothing? Okay. All right. So right now, this offer is the entire course. Why don't you, which I'm curious, which parts of the course are you most interested in, Alice? Um, okay, the pods. Okay, so like the 8-week learning pod experience without the course, is that what you're asking? Yes. Okay. All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to send me an email, Alice. My email, my husband just put my email in there. Okay. I want you to send me an email. And I'm going to answer that question for you. So we do have, Carol is also part of our, we have a membership program as well. And with our membership program, that includes a group coaching call, a collaborative meetup, and a new template or tool. Okay. And maybe Carol can speak to her experience with the membership if she wants to. But that is what we do together. And there's no course included with that. That's just a community. That's just for us to, hold hands together, ask questions, get ideas. And we all might be at different, stages in our journey, but we all come together and we support each other. So that might sound more of like what you are interested in. Now, however, I will say that the membership, like I said, the members that are in there, we might be all at different places in our journey. Whereas the Startup Learning Pod, everyone that's in the Startup Learning Pod, everyone's starting up. Does that make sense? Like everyone's starting and everyone's getting ready to launch. Whereas in the membership, it's a variety of different journeys are going on. Okay. So I will send you some more information about our Dream Teacher Business membership. And then I'll also show you like the comparison between the pod and the membership. And then you can make the best decision. Does that sound good, Alice? Let me know. Give me like a yes or a thumbs up or okay. All right, good, good. Yes, Carol. She says it's a major study group to collaborate. Yes, that's really what the Dream Teacher Business Membership is. It's just a place where we can just come together and collaborate and be there for each other. There's not like it's not attached to a course or anything like that, but it's just a community feel where we can just do this journey together. That's just, I love Carol. That's perfect how you said that. Thank you. All right. Any other questions before we head out or anything else, comments or anything? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time and I hope you have a good rest of your week as well. And I hope to see you inside the Startup Learning Pod or inside of the Dream Teacher Business membership as well. I can send you guys links for both of those and you can decide on what's best. Okay. Thank you so much for being here and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye bye. Bye, Carol.